Hey, what's happening, DC Reviews? Me, the Guy01, and welcome to this week's WWE 2K20 Towers walkthrough, I guess. We got a lot of news to talk about, a lot of stuff from this Wrestlemania weekend and this week. But before we get into that, some news that came out recently. The Revival has officially been released from WWE. Yeah, I give it about a week before they're in AEW. The Revival have been requesting their release for a while. And WWE have finally granted them their release, so they're gone. Which, yeah, I mean, WWE completely screwed them up. They deserve to be treated better. And this month actually marks the 25th anniversary of Triple H being in WWE, so happy anniversary, I guess. Alright, let's start with WrestleMania. We're going to start with night one. Cesaro beat Drew Gulak. Elias beat King Corbin. In the match between Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins got disqualified. Then Owens had the match restarted with no DQ, which he then won by pin. So Owens technically won twice. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross beat Asuka and Kairi Sane to become the women's tag team champions. In the triple threat ladder match for the tag team championships, it was not the match we expected. So basically, due to the Miz's health problems, him feeling sick, they pulled him from the match, and then they decided, well, we can't have Morrison going up against both members of the New Day and both members of the Usos. So what they did, they had one member from each team represent their team, so it's just a triple threat, like a standard triple threat ladder match. So it's John Morrison, Jimmy Uso, and Kofi Kingston. Which Morrison won to retain the tag titles for Dirt Sheet. Sami Zayn beat Daniel Bryan to retain the Intercontinental Championship. Becky Lynch beat Shayna Baszler to retain the Raw Women's Championship. And in the match that everyone's talking about, the Boneyard match between Undertaker and AJ Styles, it was really fun. It was a fun match. And they basically confirmed that the Undertaker is back to his biker persona. Although some people have kind of said he's not like back to his true biker persona. It's more a mix of the dead man and biker. But it is more of the biker than the Phenom Undertaker. He rode out on his motorcycle to a Metallica song called "Now We're Dead" or "Now That We're Dead" or something. It was something like that. The match ended with Undertaker burying AJ Styles in the ground, covering him with dirt, and the last image we see of AJ is his glove sticking out of the ground. And then, I'm gonna drop the remote. Then the last thing we see is Undertaker riding off into the sunset, I guess, as like some lasers formed his logo. It's actually really cool. The whole thing was actually really cool just to watch. It was a lot more. Everyone's calling it a very cinematic match. It was more like a movie than a just true match, but it was actually pretty entertaining. And everyone said that was actually probably Taker's best match in a while, including Taker. He said that this is his best match in years. And he's very proud of it. And so, as people have pointed out, that even though the Undertaker is no longer undefeated at WrestleMania, the Biker Undertaker is. Biker Undertaker is now 4-0 at WrestleMania. And then the main event of night one, Braun Strowman beat Goldberg to become Universal Champion, which we kind of knew was happening because we kind of assumed it was supposed to happen with Roman. Roman was supposed to beat him. The whole point of this was kind of just to get the title off of Goldberg. I feel like the whole point of this really was actually to get the title off The Fiend. So then he could start a feud with someone else. So they had Goldberg do it, and then they had to get the title off of him. So they gave it to. They were going to give it to Roman, but they gave it to Braun because of everything that's going on. In night 2 of WrestleMania, Liv Morgan beat Natalya. Aleister Black beat Bobby Lashley. With assistance from Mandy Rose, Otis was able to defeat Dolph Ziggler. After the match, the two of them were in the ring and ended up kissing, which that was kind of like one of those moments where it's like you kind of really wish the fans were there, because the fans have been really, interested in this whole storyline with Otis and Mandy. That's kind of probably the one moment that you really wish there was a crowd there, because the cheer would have probably been really, really loud. The Street Profits beat Garza and Theory to retain the Raw Tag titles. Afterwards, Garza and Theory attacked the Street Profits. Bianca Belair ran down to help her husband and take out Zelina Vega, and the Street Profits were able to fight off Garza and Theory. Edge beat Randy Orton in the Last Man Standing match, which actually a lot of people are kind of upset with. A lot of people were kind of complaining that it was actually pretty boring. And part of that is due to the fact that there was no crowd, which is something I've said before. Like, the crowd can make matches. That's without a crowd, you can't really tell if you're watching a good match or a bad match. And this is just a perfect example of that. If there was a crowd there, people probably would have liked it more, because you could feel the emotion in it more with the crowd reactions. But yeah. And then the Firefly Funhouse match. It's ironic that the two really gimmicky matches for both nights were the ones that everyone was talking about. The Boneyard match was the match of the night for night 1, and the Firefly Funhouse match was the match of the night for night 2. So basically, John Cena entered the Firefly Funhouse, and Bray basically took John through his career, from his debut to his rapper Dr. Thugonomics days, and even brought him into a almost alternate reality where John Cena's on WCW and he's coming out with an NWO shirt with the NWO Heavyweight Championship, basically calling himself Hollywood Cena. It was actually pretty kind of just entertaining to watch. Everyone was saying it was like a drug trip or something. Just this whole match. There actually was a lot of the kind of story going on with it too, and it was kind of interesting to see Cena's evolution. And then Bray's just always kind of there, kind of walking him through it. But it ended with The Fiend appearing in the ring with John Cena and then taking him out with the mandible claw. And then after that, Cena disappears. So I guess that means the Fiend won. I don't know. And the match result that everyone hated. That's the one thing I can say about this WrestleMania. We got the result that everyone wanted for pretty much all the matches except for this one, which was Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. Charlotte Flair beat Rhea Ripley to become the NXT Women's Championship. Yeah, people didn't like that. I agree. I mean, no one gained anything. I mean, it made, I guess you could say it made Charlotte look stronger than Rhea, but it's kind of she's been built up, how do I say this? I'm trying to figure out a way to put this. My dog's barking. Charlotte was always going to appear stronger than Rhea. I mean, her credibility was never at stake, but Rhea's was. So to have her lose was kind of oh, really? It made her look weaker than Charlotte, and now it's kind of no one benefited from that, because Charlotte was always going to be portrayed as strong. So there was really no point to have Charlotte beat her to become champion. So that's the one match result that a lot of people don't agree with. So I'm trying to find something to do. Do I do something with Rhea? I'm trying to find something that kind of fits. I was trying to find the Revival, but they're not there. Alright, anyway, let's continue. Where were we? Okay, Bayley beat Tamina, Naomi, Sasha Banks, and Lacey Evans to retain the SmackDown Women's Championship. In the main event, Drew McIntyre beat Brock Lesnar to become WWE Heavyweight Championship, which again is one of those things where it's like you really wish there was a crowd because you know everyone would have cheered for sure. But that actually wasn't the last match of WrestleMania of that night. There was actually another match, but it didn't get aired till Raw. So let's get into Raw. We should probably find something to do. Do we do Rhea? Let's do Edge. Against Randy Orton, that's perfect. Okay, we'll do this. Alright, this is actually gonna be perfect. In a match between the Street Profits and Garza Theory. Oh. What happened? Oh wait, hold on. Oh, it can be anyone. Let's have it be Edge. It's kind of weird. Alright. There you are, Edge. Edge versus Randy Orton. Alright. So yeah, in a title match for the Raw Tag Team titles, True Profits were going up against Garza and Theory, but then the ref caught Zelina Vega interfering and called off the match. And then the match was turned to Bianca Belair against Zelina. But then during the match, Austin Theory kind of got on Bianca's face. Montez Ford didn't like that, so he chased after Theory, and then all 6 of them got into a brawl, so that match was called off. Then it became a 6-man, well, 4-man and 2-woman tag match. With Bianca Belair and the Street Profits beating Vega, Austin Theory, and Angel Garza. Aleister Black beat Apollo Crews. Seth Rollins beat Denzel DeJournette. I don't know how you say his name, from NXT. Something that everyone kept bringing up, that the majority of this Raw was like main eventers beating NXT guys. Stipulations. Wait. So. Oh no. Ow. So double weapon damage? Okay. Ow. No. Get off me. Nope. So wait, why is this hair called You Think You Know Me? Like, I thought that would be like an Edge thing, but it's just anyone? Alright. Oh, there's a time limit too. Okay. Alright, here we go. Flying Canadian. Ricochet and Cedric Alexander beat Oney Larkin and Danny Burch from 205 Live. Nia Jax returned, and she beat Deonna Purrazzo. I say her name. I'm only really half paying attention because kind of focusing on this now. I mean, we still got SmackDown to get through. And she actually used Paige finisher, the Paige Turner. Or not the Paige Turner, the Rampage, sorry. Ooh. Okay, Humberto Carrillo beat Brendan Vink, another NXT guy. And then the main event of Raw was footage that was taken from WrestleMania 36 the night before. So right after Drew beat Brock for the world title, Big Show returned, came out, and basically challenged Drew for the world title, which Drew then won that match. And apparently the whole point of this is because Big Show is a huge supporter of Drew. So he kind of just wanted to put him over a bit more. I mean, beating Big Show right after you beat Brock Lesnar, that's pretty good. Ow. Oh, no, you don't. Here we go. Boom. Impaler DDT. Ooh. I'm gonna turn the volume up a bit. Ooh. Alright, let's get into SmackDown. Shinsuke Nakamura confronted Braun Strowman, basically challenging him to a match. Cesaro distracted Braun, which allowed Nakamura to take Braun out with a kick to the head. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross beat Kairi Sane and Asuka to retain the women's titles, or the women's tag team championships. Dolph Ziggler beat Tucker. The Forgotten Sons, which were a group in NXT, beat Lucha House Party. Tamina confronted Bayley and Banks, basically kind of asked for a title shot because she brought up how it took all 4 other women in the Fatal 5-Way to eliminate her. It's like, and basically saying that Bayley can't beat her in a one-on-one. So Bayley did agree to give Tamina a title shot if she beats Sasha Banks, which Sasha did not look happy about. And everyone's kind of already saying this is going to set up a Banks turning on Bayley. No. Uh-oh. Oh, no, you don't. Sheamus beat Cal Bloom, another guy from NXT. Braun Strowman beat Shinsuke Nakamura. And then all of a sudden Bray Wyatt appears on the screen. Basically talking about Braun to Braun. Kind of bringing up how Bray was the one who kind of brought Braun to the main roster. He was the one who brought him in and made him a star, kind of. And then he demanded for Braun to apologize to him for turning his back on him. Braun refused, and then told Bray, it's like, whenever you want, I'll let you in, basically challenging Bray and kind of calling him out. Aww, what? Okay. Oh no. Yeah. So overall, I think WrestleMania was actually pretty good. Everyone seems happy with the majority of the matches, at least result-wise. Yeah, some of them were underwhelming, like Goldberg versus Braun and Drew versus Brock. But there were some fun moments, especially with the Boneyard match and the Firefly Funhouse match. And again, everyone seemed to get the results that the fans were wanting. One, 2, 3. Yeah. Alright. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed this walkthrough episode. I'm going to end it now. Hope you guys enjoyed. DC1 and the Rated R Superstar Edge signing out. Bye, guys.